Friends, welcome to Genius Education, and here is the topic that we are going to discuss is digestion system of human being. Okay, before going to that, we have to know about this. What is the meaning of digestion? What is the nerve system, right? So first thing is that digestion is a biochemical process where the complex food particle break down into the simple form by the help of enzymes. So this process is also called as catabolic process, by which you can see non-diffusible food materials converted into simple diffusible soluble form, which is suitable for absorption and assimilation. यानी डाइजेशन एक ऐसा प्रोसेस है जहाँ की एक बड़े फूड का टुकड़ा विच इज़ ब्रेक डाउन इनटू द डिफरेंट पार्ट्स सिंपल फॉर्म, और ये जो ब्रेक डाउन हो रहा है बाय द हेल्प ऑफ एंजाइम. Okay, and this breakdown process is known as catabolic process. Okay, yani what is the meaning of catabolic? Simple, I told you, it is the process in which the complex food are break down into the simple form by the help of enzyme. This is known as catabolic process. Okay, and then what is the meaning of absorption and assimilation? After the breakdown of the food, that will digest inside the alimentary canal. यानी आपका जो एलिमेंटरी कैनाल है वहाँ डाइजेस्ट होने के बाद जो फूड खुद को ज़रूरत के लिए जो एब्जॉर्प्शन होगा उसको एब्जॉर्प्शन कहते हैं, और द वेस्टेड थिंग विच आर एसिमिलेट फ्रॉम द बॉडी टू द आउटसाइड, दिस इज नोन एज एसिमिलेशन. ओके, हम देखेंगे अभी ड्राइंग के हिसाब से समझेंगे. दिस इज द डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम एंड देयर आर द डिफरेंट level name. You can see that the first one is mouth, and there is salivary gland, there is esophagus, there is liver, gallbladder, stomach and pancreas. You can see this. Mouth is the first part of alimentary canal. Yani it is open from the mouth and into the anus. Okay, I am going to see you that this is called as anus. This one, right? So from mouth to this part is known as, इसको कहते हैं alimentary canal. इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Alimentary canal. Got my point? And then let's see some new points. The mouth, which is opened and which is made by the upper lips and the lower lips, and there is a vocal cavity is present. Is there vocal cavity inside the mouth? There is a vocal cavity. There is a pharynx also present. Pharynx, pH. There is pharynx. It is called as a vocopharyngeal, you can say, and this is called as food pipe. Food pipe, and this food pipe is also called as esophagus. इसको esophagus भी बोला जाता है. esophagus एक long tube है, which is present between, present यानी पाई जाती है present between mouth and stomach, right? Which is long and it is muscular in nature. Muscular in structure, which is help to transport the food from mouth to the stomach. This one is the stomach. Got my point? Okay, let's see some points about stomach. Stomach is a digestive organ, and stomach is the storehouse of food. It is the storehouse of food. This is known as storehouse of food. Even there is a liver. Liver is a gland which is secrete bile juice. Okay, and the stomach secrete HCl, which is known as hydrochloric acid. किस लिए? HCl is a chemical which is kills the pathogen. It kills the pathogens. And there is a gallbladder, gallbladder that is present inside the liver, which is secrete bile juice. I told you bile juice, which is help to break down the food particle. Okay, and there is a stomach. I told you this is the storehouse of the food. And below the stomach, there is another thing is present that is known as pancreas. So this is a gland, and this also gland. In the mouth, there is a salivary gland is also present. And below there you can see this one is called as small intestine, and this large one is known as large intestine. Small intestine is divided into mainly three parts: small intestine, duodenum, jejunum, and ileum, right? So ileum is the longest part of the whole intestine, and small intestine is the longest part of this alimentary canal, but inside there is a ileum, and ileum is the longest part of the intestine. Okay, so you can say more numbers of digestion and largest number of digestion, amount of digestion takes place inside the small intestine, which is protein digestion and carbs digestion. All this digestion takes place inside the small intestine. And the rectum, which is known as the excretory organ, which is store the waste product, and the anus is the excretory organ. Alright, and appendix is the present between small intestine and the large intestine. Appendix do not participate in the digestion, it helps to just joining, and it is known as vestigial organ of human being. Okay, these are the all things about drawing. And you can say in the mouth there is also gland. I told you this name of the gland is salivary gland. Salivary gland, which is secrete salivary amylase to break down the starch. And here is the type of digestion. Basically digestion is of two types. The first one is intracellular digestion, and second one is known as extracellular digestion. This intracellular digestion takes place inside the cell. If it is a cell, सेल के अंदर न्यूक्लियस भी होता है, वैक्यूल्स होता है. This vacuoles which is take part in the digestion of the cell. This is important for digestion, that is known as vacuole inside the cell. And it happens in the phylum Protozoa and some Foriferas. Okay, that is intracellular digestion. यानी जो डाइजेशन प्रोसेस सेल के अंदर होता है इसको इंट्रासेलुलर डाइजेशन कहते हैं. उसके बाद हम देखेंगे व्हाट इज द मीन ऑफ एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर डाइजेशन. एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर डाइजेशन यानी सेल के बाहर होता है लेकिन इनसाइड द एलिमेंटरी कैनल में होता है. दिस प्रोसेस को हम क्या बोलते हैं? एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर डाइजेशन. ये कहाँ पाई जाती है? इनवर्टिब्रेट्स, जो कि हायर इनवर्टिब्रेट्स होते हैं, एंड कोडेट्स. Got my point? And there is another point that you can see, digestion system in human being. हम देखेंगे digestion system of human being comprises of different things known as, first one is alimentary canal and second one is glands, associated glands. This is these are known as liver, pancreas, and another thing is salivary gland. This salivary gland. Okay. So let's see about alimentary canal one by one. This alimentary canal start from the mouth. I told you this mouth is the very important part, which is I think frontal part of this alimentary canal. Through we can take food from the mouth, and there is known as teeth or tooth. You can say there is a tongue, and there is a hard plate. This is the soft plate, and this is the vocal mucosa. And this is gingiva, and this is trigone. Okay, the tongue plays a very important role in the digestion, which is swallowing the food by the help of enzyme is known as salivary, and it moisturizing also. Then this is all about the tongue, and tongue is the very important for taste, to identify the different taste of the food. And here is the tongue, and we discussed these things. Let's talk about teeth. There are the 4 different types of teeth we will find inside our mouth. The first one is incisor, canine, premolars, and molars. But during the time of milk period there are 3 teeth: incisor, canines, molar. Premolar teeth is absent. Incisor, that is one in upper side, one in lower side, that's why it's number 2. Canines, and this premolar. This is one number, and this is also in upper side 1 and lower side 1. Okay, so 2 1 2 by 2 1 2 is the formula, and there is the 20 numbers of milk teeth present in the period of childhood, and during the adult, during a field of adult, we will find 32 numbers of teeth, where there is incisor 2 numbers upper side and lower side. Canine, there is also 2 number upper side and lower side 2, and 3 upper side and 3 is the lower side. This is the formula of adult dentine formula. And there is teeth, I told you, and it's the glands of vocal cavity. Mucous gland is an important gland which is present in the vocal cavity. Mucous gland, which is secrete the mucus. It's a watery like substances which is help to swelling the food and cleaning the mouth. And this is the gland that is known as salivary gland. I will show you that. Here is this. You can see this is parotid gland, this is submandibular gland, sublingular gland, and which is help to secrete the salivary enzyme into the mouth, which is help to break down the starch. I am going to write here salivary, which is break down the starch. Alright, done. This is starch breakdown into this mouth. This is about, and you can see here the salivary glands secrete the salivary amylase. The salivary amylase is very important for breakdown of the starch. The pH is 6.7, which is just acidic in nature. Salivary amylase is an enzyme which is secreted from salivary glands, and lysozyme is an enzyme which also secrete to kills the pathogens which comes from फूड पार्टिकल और फ्रॉम द एनवायरमेंट. यानी लाइसोजाइम एक ऐसा एंजाइम है जो कि पैथोजेंस को किल करता है. इधर देखते हैं पैनक्रियास के बारे में. पैनक्रियास क्या बोला था मैंने? पैनक्रियास एक ग्लैंड है, इसको ग्लैंड कहते हैं. इसे ग्लैंड, जो ग्लैंड की which is 2 lobes. The gland has 2 different lobes, this one and this one. You can see this. Okay, and there is another thing is known as gallbladder, which is secrete juice. This thing is known as bile juice. Bile juice take part in digestion and killing the pathogens. Alright, and below the, this is the liver. You will find another one is pancreas. Pancreas is a gland which is secrete pancreatic juice. Pancreatic juice which is help to digestion and moisturizing food. Hello guys, I told you all about this of the liver and the pancreas. Let's go to this new point. This is esophagus. I told you it is the part of alimentary canal which is take part for the transformation of food. It's lagvag the measuring which is about 25 centimeter. Okay, this is esophagus, and this is stomach. I told you it is the storehouse of the food, storehouse, and the gastric juice which is proper-action of enzyme, so it's secrete in the stomach for digestion and absorption. The absorption of iron is a very important term. The iron absorption takes place in the stomach. Keep it in your mind. And this is hydrolase protein into the protease and peptide. Protein को that is peptides and peptides में convert करने के लिए that is the part is known as stomach. Inside the stomach you will find there is a villi and microvilli, and HCl is an enzyme which is secrete. Alright, so I told you villi is the thing like a very hair like projection which is rises from the roof of the stomach wall. this is called. And the intestine, we are going to talk about. I told you intestine is divided into mainly two types. I told you intestine, each one of large intestine, another is small intestine. Okay, let's see first about small intestine. I told you small intestine is divided into three parts: duodenum, jejunum, ileum, right? So let's see through the drawing. This is the small intestine. I told you duodenum, jejunum, ileum. Okay, and this one is appendix. Do not take part in the digestion, यानी digestion में कोई काम नहीं आता है, इसको कहते हैं appendix, which is the vestigial organ. कभी कभी एग्जाम में पूछा जाता है what is the vestigial organ found inside the human body. You can say this is the one of vestigial organ is known as appendix. After that, the large intestine is divided into three parts: cecum, colon, and rectum. Okay, so small intestine is the longest part of the alimentary canal and the longest part of the intestine also. Among of them, ileum is the longest among all the intestine. Okay, so you can see here the small intestine function is, okay, so low diversity and density, digestion, okay, and secretion also takes place, nutrients rich environment, and short transit time. And you can read here another line, colon, high diversity, density, no digestive secretion, nutrient poor environment, longer transit time. यानी स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में बहुत सारा डाइजेशन सिस्टम होता है, लेकिन कॉलम्स जो लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन में होता है इसमें ज़्यादा नहीं होता है. एंड यू कैन से डाइजेशन ऑफ प्रोटीन, कार्बोहाइड्रेट, फैट, दिस इज न्यूक्लिक एसिड, आई एम सॉरी, that it takes place inside the small intestine. All right, and this is about large intestine. You can see the drawing of the large intestine. These are the different parts. Okay, the digestion which is not take part very high amount in the system is known as this. And this is about rectum, and this is anus, which is help to secrete or excrete the waste or fecal matter from the body to the out. And there is the thing, rectum, which is store the fecal matters, right? The rectum do not take part in the digestion, but the large intestine take part some absorption of important proteins and like as some organic acid and water and glucose. This is about cecum, colon, and rectum. There was some bacteria is present inside the colon, which is converts residual food into the organic acid and protein into amino acid. यानी amino acid में convert किया जाता है organic acid and protein को, right? कहाँ? Inside the large intestine. कैसे? Because of there is bacteria is present, which is help also produce some vitamins like K, vitamins like V complex. Okay, and thanks for joining me guys, and thanks for watching this video. And if you like this, like the button and subscribe to get regular update. Thank you.